say small things to keep me encouraged, to bring me brighter days. I believe in that the gifts we're born with are the things we share when others need a hand. When you feel down and you feel afraid to stand, just remember this and you will be okay. I say you're beautiful in every single way. You are strong, magnificent, and get your dreams today. Empower strengths, stand bold rejoicing, the magic women have. It's in you and me. It's in you and me. I say small things to keep me courage, to build a brighter day.
What a beautiful original song for Women's Fun of Hawaii. That song is called Brighter Days by Trishna Lay, Miss Congeniality Plus 2021. Mahalo everyone for tuning in to Tea and Champagne 2021 as we celebrate our progress towards women's empowerment and look to brighter days ahead. I'm your host, McKenna Mazzulli. I am beyond honored to be with you for Tea and Champagne 2021, a Women's Fun of Hawaii celebration. I'm looking over here, Jill Garvez, Becky Lynn, Marty Oliphant already logged on. Thanks you guys. Share with your family and friends that we are here for a great, great cause. And you know, this is my second year joining you for this virtual fundraiser, and I couldn't be more excited. Each year, Tea and Champagne brings together Hawaii's most influential and powerful women leaders and supporters for one night of raising money for important local organizations with programs supporting and empowering women and girls. Last year, we couldn't be together in person, but our virtual event was an enormous success with guests joining us from across the island, the state, the country, and even around the world. Thank you to the generosity of our amazing donors and sponsors. We raised more than $150,000 last year. This year, as always, we are truly grateful to our fabulous sponsors, supporters, and donors like you who continue to inspire us and encourage us to fulfill our mission. Your donations are invited and greatly appreciated. And tonight, I have some news. We have a $50,000 match. When we match it, the Wong Family Foundation will donate $50,000 to Women's Fund Endowment to ensure the fund's sustainability and provide for continued grants in the future. Okay, you guys, you can easily donate and help by clicking the Donate Now button right below me on this screen, or by texting WF Hawaii to 4747 and clicking on the link you receive to complete your donation. Or, if you like call, you can call at 808-439-6388 to make your gift. When you donate $40 or more tonight, we'll send you a fantastic wahine sticker by Doki. That's what we're all here about, right? The wahine. And with your donation of $500 or more tonight, we'll send you this amazing Jewels and Gem Women's Fund of Hawaii collab Pua Kenny Kenny candle. I can just tell you guys, it smells really, really ono and delicious. Tonight, we honor our two fabulous endowment donors, Elizabeth Rice Grossman and Elizabeth Wong. These women, strong women, have made meaningful and sustained change possible through their generosity. We'll learn more about them coming up in our program. Now, I want to share with you the mission of Women's Fund of Hawaii is to support innovative grassroots programs that empower women and girls statewide, because we know that when they reach their full potential, girls and women have the vision and grace to lead and create justice, peace, and most importantly, healing in our communities. The fund also provides information and education on women's and girls' philanthropy, shines a beautiful light on women's and girls' issues that are super important, and increases the visibility of our grantees. Joining us now are Women's Fund of Hawaii Executive Director Leela Bilmis Goldstein and our 2021 Tea and Champagne Chair, Karen Mukai.
Aloha and welcome to Women's Fund of Hawaii's 16th annual and second virtual Tea and Champagne. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining our celebration of Hawaii's women and girls and two very special philanthropic and visionary women, Elizabeth Rice Grossman and Elizabeth Wong. Last year was unusual, but I am so proud that we were able to fund over $100,000 in grants to nonprofit organizations for women and girls across Hawaii, including to small organizations providing services in our island's most remote corners. We also established an emergency fund to address some of our community's critical needs during the pandemic and proceeded with not one but two cohorts of our Girls Leadership Program, Girls Talk Back. All thanks to you, our donors, sponsors, and supporters. But the pandemic has set women back to workforce levels not seen since the 80s. Hawaii has been hit particularly hard, and repercussions are felt in all areas of our lives: health, financial security, education, and childcare, to name a few. This year, Women's Fund is continuing our seasonal grants to support innovative grassroots programs, and we launched another grants initiative targeting relief, recovery, and reimagining efforts to create a post-COVID reality where women and girls thrive. We're forging ahead with Girls Talk Back for the third year in a row, involving more girls from the neighbor islands than ever before, because we know that when we engage women and girls, especially from communities of color, we can identify barriers, opportunities, and dreams to advance healing and peace. We're also producing new research funded by the Time's Up Foundation with the support of the Hawaii State Commission on the Status of Women to reveal challenges and opportunities and influence gender equitable policies. I recently heard Sister Helen Prejean say that hope is an active verb. At Women's Fund, we will never give up hoping. Hope for 2021, hope for safety, economic security, health and happiness, and hope for gender equality in our islands and beyond. We do not only hope for this, we're fighting for it. So mahalo again so very much for supporting us to produce community-led change in the fight for gender and racial equality here in Hawaii. My profound gratitude goes to our honorees, our co-presenting sponsors, ASB and Oracle, all of our generous sponsors and auction donors, and you. Thank you for giving as generously as you can tonight to promote equity and peace in our communities.
Aloha, I'm Karen Mukai, and this is my second year on the board of Women's Fund of Hawaii. I was truly honored to be asked to serve this nonprofit organization because of its innovative programs that support and empower Hawaii's women and girls. We raise money to give grants to other worthy organizations that support women and girls, crowning moments for sure. I have a personal crowning moment and reason for being with Women's Fund of Hawaii: my mother. My father died when I was 2 years old, and my mother was 27 years young. It was not easy for her, but I never heard her complain, and she sacrificed to give me a happy life. To this day, she continues to think twice, once for herself and once for me. She has taught me how to mom and grandma. She continues to inspire me to fight for women and girls, especially for single moms and young girls growing up without a father. I encourage you to make a really meaningful gift, a donation in honor or memory of your mom, grandma, auntie, godmother, or other fantastic mom in your life who will perpetuate her giving of love and help us deliver to others in their name. On behalf of the Board of Directors, mahalo for joining us tonight. You are helping to safeguard Women's Fund of Hawaii's mission so we can all be advocates, ambassadors, and champions for women and girls.
Wow, what powerful, powerful messages. Thank you, Leela and Karen. These two powerhouse women are just a couple of the reasons why Women's Fund is making a significant impact in our community. All right, we see you guys logging on and watching. I can actually see John Edwards, Joe Giles, Janice Nielsen. Aloha to all of you watching at home. We hope you're enjoying your delicious meal by MW Restaurant. Let us know where you're joining us from by commenting in the chat window right here to your right, my left. Say hello and share your thoughts throughout tonight's events. We want to hear from new talk story. I love this interactiveness that we have right now. So right now, let's check in with some guests who are watching us live. Ann Teranishi, CEO of American Savings Bank. Hi, Ann.
Hey, how are you?
Oh my gosh, I am so great. How are you enjoying the show so far?
We're having a great time. I'm having a girls' night in with my sister Lori, my daughter Mari, and my niece Kai.
Oh my gosh, look, I think red's the theme for the night. Hey, I want to say mahalo to you and ASB for being a presenting sponsor. I know your party is great. All women? Are you all women over there, you said?
All women.
I love that so much, sister. Why was it important for ASB to support this event and Women's Fund of Hawaii?
Well, at American Savings Bank, we're nearly 70% female, and so we know firsthand the tremendous things women can do with the right support, encouragement, and opportunities. We look forward to this event every year, and we have a number of female leaders from the bank attending tonight, as well as some emerging leaders in our summer interns. We're so proud to support the Women's Fund of Hawaii, and we know the very positive impact you're having on so many girls and women. So thank you for hosting this event, and we just hope everybody has a great time.
Thank you, and you guys have a fun time too. Mahalo nui again for all of your support. All right, now we're gonna go over to Dr. Tyree Jenkins. Hi, Dr. Tyree Jenkins. How's your party going over there? Ooh, and you have a beautiful pua keni lei.
Oh, thank you. Aloha. We have a wonderful group here. I have my daughter, my granddaughter, so many generations here. I have some friends of my daughter's, some workers. So far, we have 8 or 9 people, and more are showing up because we all so support the Women's Fund and its cause.
Right? Isn't it wonderful to be surrounded by all those powerful, strong women that you just call close in your circle at home, right?
It is. You know, I come from a long generation of really strong women. My grandmother was a doctor. My great-grandmother was a nurse. My great-great-grandmother was a midwife. Very community-minded women, because we know when women thrive, communities prosper. That's generational at this point.
Yeah, that's right. And you were speaking my language. We want to say mahalo to you and Jenkins Eye Care for being such a loyal sponsor of Tea and Champagne, like you were just mentioning. And you kind of did, but I really want to know, what brings you back year after year to support this amazing event?
Oh, I've been with the Women's Fund so long, and it's amazing how these grants to these very small grassroots organizations make such a huge impact on the community, because these women really know their communities, and with a very small amount of money, they will impact women and girls in their community so much. So I'm so proud to be part of this organization for a long time. We do such good work.
Yes. Mahalo to you, Dr. Tyree Jenkins, for all that you do for the Women's Fund and for our community. Thank you.
Thanks for including me. Have a great
Oh,
evening,
yeah,
everybody.
always. Have fun tonight. You must smell ono.
Bye. Take care.
Bye. All right, everybody. Now I hope you're ready, because tonight you are in for an incredible evening of inspirational stories of how giving and real stories of how Women's Fund is changing lives. And speaking of powerhouse women, we are absolutely thrilled to have one of the most influential women of our time share her thoughts on the transformational difference women are making in our society today, and how Women's Fund of Hawaii is making a difference right here at home. Who do you think it is? Who do you think it is? And we will also be entertained by Nahoku Hanohano Award winner Paula Funga. We'll talk story with Paula, plus be treated to new music off her just released second full-length album, Rain on Sunday. I hope you guys are excited as I am. Tell all your friends we're here. And I hope that you are excited about making a difference in our community, because you are, just by being here tonight. Now, here are some startling facts. Hawaii faces both the highest cost of housing and the highest rate of houselessness in the country. 1 in 8 residents face food insecurity, forcing families to make difficult trade-offs. 52% of public school students are economically disadvantaged, which diminishes the students' educational achievement. Women's Fund exists because of your amazing community of supporters, including you, who believe strongly in gender and racial equality, the mission of Women's Fund to support programs for women and girls, and generously give to change these dismal statistics. Tonight, we recognize 2 extraordinary women who are making a positive change in the lives of women and girls today and into the future. Our first 2021 honoree, Elizabeth Rice Grossman, established an endowment for Women's Fund of Hawaii in honor of her mother, Marily Rice McMullen. She shares with us what her mother taught her about the joy of giving.
My mother and my grandmother and my great-grandmother were all givers. My great-grandmother gave financially. My grandmother gave financially as well as volunteering during the Second World War. And my mother was a force. I mean, all 4'10" of her, she was a force. And she kind of taught me and my sister and brother about helping others and serving others and being community-minded and that sort of thing. And so when I established that foundation, I kind of wanted to not only inspire other people to give money to the Women's Fund, but also to consider the benefits of being involved with the Women's Fund on other levels. Having the ability to give money is a gift to me personally. And it means everything to me to be able to help people that can't help themselves financially, whether it be through providing college scholarships or rolling up my sleeves and checking dates down at the food bank, or walking a dog that has been in a cage all day. It just gives me a huge and deep satisfaction. We were able to sponsor a young woman full scholarship at the medical school. And her father had passed away in February. She was accepted to the Johns Burns School of Medicine, and she didn't have a way of paying for it. Her mother wasn't making any money, and the father had died. His father was a cardiologist who often bartered his services for chickens and that sort of things on the Big Island. And she did not have the ability to pay for medicine. And concurrently, my husband and I had gone on a tour of the medical school, and we found out about the physician shortage and that sort of thing. So I called the woman that was running the foundation at the time, and I said, my husband and I would like to sponsor. I still have a relationship with her. She's married, has a clinic up on the North Shore, providing excellent health care to the people that live up there. She has 2 little girls, so that was very satisfying. People should not be afraid to ask for help, because there's a legion of people out there that want to provide help. So don't be afraid to ask. It's emotional for me. You know, my mother, she was a doer. And I think she would be very proud of me, and I kind of think she's up there guiding me.
She is absolutely up there guiding you. Thank you, Elizabeth, for inspiring us to give. When you give to Women's Fund, your support and donations can fund a parent support program for mothers of newborns, fund a program that teaches girls to tell their stories through film, provide job and nutritional training for houseless and disadvantaged women, fund domestic violence advocacy services, which are so critical right now, and provide coping skills to assault victims, just to name a few areas of need. Now, speaking of giving, tonight's event wouldn't be possible without the support of our amazing sponsors. Let's hear now from our co-presenting sponsor, Oracle, and recognize our many generous Changemaker supporters.
Sin mis niños yo no soy nada. Tal vez no se los digo mucho, pero ellos son mi razón de ser.
once again to our sponsors. And look who's online right now. Tyler Harms, Tara Boone, and Becky Lynn. Thank you guys for tuning in. There is still time for you to show your support. Donations to Women's Fund of Hawaii can be made right here on this website, teaandchampagne.swell.gives, or by texting WF Hawaii to 474747 and completing your gift by clicking on the web link or by calling 808-439-6388. And for you competitive types with a sweet tooth like me, what would tea and champagne be without the dessert dash? Yeah, that's right. I got so excited saying it. Dessert dash, guys. This year, the 21 best fundraising tables have a chance to win chef-donated desserts for 10, like the chocolate dome fondue, a scrumptious carrot cake from Diamond Head Market and Grill, Parfait Donuts, or Michelle's pineapple upside down cake. After the show, a staff member will reach out to winners to let you know which treat you won. Keep an eye on the table leaderboard right down here and see how your table is doing. I'm so excited. All right, for more than 30 years, Women's Fund of Hawaii has served as a permanent community funding source for programs across the state that promote equality and justice for all women. You can be sure that your investment is being leveraged in the most impactful way possible as Women's Fund vets all grantees meticulously. Now, it is time for some P-Funk love. With exquisite vocals, powerful lyrics, and gorgeous melodies, Paula Funga has established herself as one of Hawaii's most sought-after live performers. She's also experienced houselessness, so she understands the challenges many women face today. We're fortunate to have Paula joining us now for an exclusive talk story. Hui! Aloha, Paula!
Aloha, Makena. I'm so honored to be here for Women's Fund of Hawaii's 16th annual Tea and Champagne Extravaganza. Cheers!
Cheers, sister. I'm gonna cheers to that. I'm overflowing over here. You know, I'm so happy you're with us. I love you. The women of Hawaii love you. But I want to know, who is the inspiration behind your music?
The songs that I write are based on my life stories and the lessons that I want to learn or impart to others. Or sometimes it's things that are just I'm stuck on and I need to get over. So I write a song about it so that I can process it emotionally and be able to move on from those things, you know, and learn and grow from those experiences.
Amen. You are such a gifted storyteller, and a lot of your songs, your mele, talk about empowerment. I love that about you. Tell us why it's so important to convey that message to women and girls.
I think that building self-confidence and self-love within women is something that we all should be focusing on and being supportive of, you know, especially in these times when we need it the most. We need each other. We need to hear that we're doing a good job. We need to be encouraged and motivated and, you know, inspired to keep doing all the good things that we do for our communities, our families, and ourselves.
Amen. You're speaking my language. Mahalo, Paula. It's always a pleasure talking story with you.
It's my honor. Mahalo nui for having me.
All right. It is always so great catching up with my dear friend. Earlier, she recorded a very special song in honor of tonight's event. Here's Paula's latest song, You Got This Girl.
She listens to a hopeful song. That's when I knew something was wrong. She don't like to wash her hair, and at her wall she sits and stares. She's grown accustomed to his rage, always a loser in his game. He knows exactly what to say to change her mind and make her stay again and again and again. But when will she ever learn? She fumbles
Yes, Paula. All right, ladies, I believe that should be our new hype song. Every morning when you're getting up this whole next week, let's listen to that song and the beautiful message from Miss Paula Funga. All right, I am looking over. Ooh, we got some donations, you guys. Thank you to Leslie Kobayashi for donating, Cayenne Pea, and Heidi Pickler. Right now, we have a grand total, oh my gosh, thanks you guys, $143,749. That is so awesome. Thank you guys. Now, just ahead, our recognition of the second of our two fabulous endowment fund donors, Elizabeth Wong. Elizabeth's story of giving started at a young age, and it continues today. Then we'll hear from some of our nonprofit leaders who will share how the support of Women's Fund of Hawaii has helped their organizations and the girls and women they work with. Once again, a big mahalo to our sponsors who are making tonight's event happen. Here's a word from our co-presenting sponsor, American Savings Bank, and recognition of our Impact and Trailblazer sponsors.
Women and girls that have a strong support network are more likely to succeed.
Financial education can lead women and girls a lifetime of security and confidence.
When women and girls have access to education and support, countries see economic growth.
Studies show that companies with female executives are higher performing.
At ASB, we're proud that 67% of our teammates and nearly half of our executive leadership team are female.
By supporting the advancement of women and girls, we're making the entire world a better place.
Mahalo for joining us and supporting the Women's Fund of Hawaii. When women thrive, communities thrive.
My name is Toni Morinaka, and I am the Executive Director of the Aloha Medical Mission, Hawaii's only free dental clinic. I am very pleased to mention our partnership with Women's Fund of Hawaii. Women's Fund of Hawaii has been very gracious in providing us support for our Welcome Smile program. And Welcome Smile provides women who had been abused or incarcerated to give them a new smile, treatments, whatever they need to go back into the workforce. So on behalf of the Aloha Medical Mission, our board members, and our genuine staff, thank you very much. Mahalo.
Aloha. I'm Becky Lynn, Executive Director of Hana Arts, a nonprofit in Hana, Maui. We envision our community inspired and united by the arts. Mahalo to the Women's Fund of Hawaii for supporting our after-school girls group program.
Aloha, my name is Angela Cronin, and I am the leader of the girls group. We created this program to provide a safe space for young women in our rural community to explore and enhance their relationships with themselves and others. Thanks to the Women's Fund of Hawaii, the girls identified an increase in their self-confidence and feeling more in tune with their developing selves.
Mahalo nui for playing an active role in the evolution of our Hana Wahine.
Aloha, I'm Brister Thomas, and I am the director for the American Legion Auxiliary Hawaii Girls State. And I'm here to say thank you from all of us to all of you. It's because of your support that we are able to have this teen program that draws from across the entire state, and we come together 1 week in the summer for a mock civic engagement. We help the teens find their own voice, and then we show them ways that they can lift it up to improve our community for tomorrow. So when you're opening those wallets, we ask you to open them wide for the incredible programs of Women's Fund of Hawaii. Thank you again.
Hi, I'm Jill Takasaki Canfield, the Executive Director of Hawaii Literacy. Thanks to the support of the Women's Fund of Hawaii, our leadership program can continue to empower girls to become strong, resilient leaders by exploring their dreams and goals and seeing the possibilities as they develop skills, confidence, and a love of learning. I hope you will support the Women's Fund of Hawaii because of all they do for girls and women in our community.
Aloha, my name is Sam Church and I'm the Executive Director of Family Promise of Hawaii. Over the past few years, we've partnered with the Women's Fund to support single moms who are struggling with housing instability. Whether these moms are experiencing homelessness or are struggling to pay rent, we've worked with the Women's Fund to provide case management and rental assistance to help them transition from housing unstable to permanent, sustainable independence. Congratulations on your event tonight, Women's Fund, and for those watching, please continue to support the great work of this wonderful organization. Aloha.
Hi, Kako. My name is Malia Kaupe, and I'm a co-founder, working doula, and executive director of Kalau Okekahuli, a Maui-based nonprofit committed to improving outcomes of Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander women and their families during pregnancy, birth, and beyond. Thanks to the Women's Fund of Hawaii's generous grant funding of our Kala'i o Hau'ola program, our working doulas are able to make free, culturally based prenatal and birth education and care accessible to 12 Indigenous women. We're grateful to Women's Fund of Hawaii for enabling us to provide one-on-one virtual support, connection, and advocacy to women who are embarking on this transformative journey during the current global pandemic. Mahalo nui for supporting Women's Fund of Hawaii and empowering Kalau Kekahuli and other organizations they stand behind.
Elizabeth Wong's earliest memory of giving is at 15 years old, walking in a 20K for the March of Dimes. She jokes her feet have never been the same, but certainly her heart and passion for supporting the community have never changed. Born in Tennessee and raised in the Panama Canal Zone in Panama, Elizabeth earned a degree in international relations from USC. She worked in banking and finance for 14 years before marrying Wallace Wong and retiring in 1999. The couple had a daughter, Isabella, in 2001. When Wally passed away in 2010 from lung cancer, Elizabeth took over the family real estate business while raising Isabella as a single mom, and established and continues to manage an endowment fund named the Wallace, Elizabeth, and Isabella Wong Family Foundation. Elizabeth remarried in 2012 to Ed Elms, and today they are living in Washington State. She enjoys her two dogs, Chip and Wally, and is an avid traveler. Yet, she continues to give to Women's Fund of Hawaii through the generosity of the foundation. As a mostly single mother, Elizabeth has a deep appreciation and empathy for what women are faced with and feels it's important to support other women. Inspiring women and girls to build confidence and reach for higher goals is the impact Elizabeth wants to make on the community. As part of this mission, the Wong Family Foundation funded Women's Fund of Hawaii's The Status of Women in Hawaii report, a comprehensive study that provides important information about how women in our state are doing and how Hawaii compares to other states on several metrics. The data is used to formulate best practices and fill gaps in services for women and girls statewide. The Wong Family Foundation also generously seeded and continues to support Girls Talk Back, a collaborative program by Women's Fund and its partners to promote leadership and social justice awareness for girls across the state. This student-led program provides participants with an opportunity to develop meaningful action plans with the guidance of female mentors from the community. Asked about what she wants as her legacy, Elizabeth says, to be remembered for being kind to others and a mentor to women and girls, perhaps change someone's life for the better, and instill the same values to her daughter so Isabella can carry on a family tradition of giving. Elizabeth says she hopes all the women of Hawaii will help in any way they are able, because if we support each other, the better off we all will be.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for your generous heart, beautiful heart, and mahalo as well to you and the Wang Ohana Foundation for our $50,000 match tonight. All right, you guys, we have met the match, and right now we are at a grand total of $148,949. Thank you all so much for your donations. Keep them coming, keep them coming. The foundation has pledged to add $25,000 to its endowment at Women's Fund and to seed a new endowment in memory of Professor Jack Bilmes. These permanent funding sources will support grants for girls and women in perpetuity, assuring the sustainability of the fund and support for programs year after year. Whew, I have chicken skin. We need to make a match first, you guys. Please kokua, because it is so true. When Hawaii's women thrive, communities prosper. You can also help by visiting our online auction at 32auctions.com/T&C 2021. Now there's so much great stuff on there, you guys, like the Miu Miu bag, and incredible wine selection like the Bon Kola Napa Valley red wine and Dolce online gift cards. Sounds amazing? Then you've got to bid now because these auction items are getting swooped up fast. You got until 8 p.m. tonight to update your bids, so check it out after we're pow. Your donations will help our local wahine. And did you know there are more than 6,400 people experiencing houselessness right now in Hawaii? That shocking number is why Women's Fund of Hawaii funded a shelter program at Family Promise of Hawaii that provides childcare subsidies for houseless single mothers. Sunshine is someone who has experienced the power of what these efforts make in women's lives. Here is Sunshine's story.
My name is Sunshine. I'm 30 years old. I'm a single mother, and I'm also a survivor of domestic violence, a recovering addict, and I was incarcerated many times. I started using drugs because I became homeless at the age of 18. I actually started to use marijuana and alcohol with my family, with my mom and my siblings. And then I moved on to heavier drugs such as meth when I became homeless. During the drugs and the domestic violence, I felt like I had nothing else to live for, and that's all that I was worthy of. That was my value, and I felt actually like they loved me because they beat me up. If they didn't care, they wouldn't beat me up. I was in a very dark place at that time in my life, very depressed, didn't feel like I had anything to live for. And so I started to jaywalk just to break the law. I started to steal cars. I needed to steal from stores so that I could eat, so that I could clothe myself. And then when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, I felt like I had a second chance at life. I didn't want to make another broken child. Like, I had my son and I gave him up because I became homeless, and I wasn't going to keep him homeless in me. And then from that, I did drugs, but I always promised him I was going to get better for him, and I didn't. I was trying for months to get into shelters and clean sober houses, and nothing was working out. And someone referred me to Family Promise. I called them, and in a matter of 3 days, I moved into the shelter in Waiheke. I am so grateful for Women's Fund of Hawaii for funding Family Promise because they helped me get my life back. They're not just going to provide you with a shelter right there. They're going to help you get the things that you need. They're going to help you find permanent home after. They're going to get you simple things like toilet paper. They provide for you. It's just such an awesome program. If Women's Fund of Hawaii was unable to fund programs like Family Promise, it would be so devastating because women like me and girls that need the help, we wouldn't be able to get the help. When I look at my beautiful daughter, all I can see is a beautiful, bright, prosperous, successful, happy life.
I don't want to make another broken child. Those are words that, this is why we're all here, you guys, to support inspiring women like Sunshine who are sharing their vulnerability and their story. All right, I'm gonna gather right here and now. A famous changemaker once said, hashtag, true philanthropy comes from living from the heart of yourself and giving what you have been given. That legendary speaker, a woman known internationally for her accomplishments, wisdom, and generosity, is here with us tonight. And we are so honored because this icon has not only been a trailblazer for women, she has left several road signs for us along the path. Did you guess who it is? Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Oprah Winfrey.
Hello, everyone. It is my pleasure, my honor to join you here to support the Women's Fund of Hawaii and to share with you my appreciation for the work that they have been doing since 1989. Now, when I heard about the work that the Women's Fund's been doing, I was so moved, from supporting new moms with parent support programs, providing job and nutritional training for houseless women, and creating ways for girls to tell their stories and use their voices. These are all paths that create opportunities for women to feel seen, to feel heard and cared for. And I know that that is all anybody wants, is to know that they matter. So I just applaud everybody involved with the Women's Fund, from you, the volunteers, to the donors, and especially tonight's honorees. You know, one of my very favorite quotes comes from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who says, "Not everyone can be famous, but everyone can be great, because greatness is determined by service." And that's what you all do. So mahalo to the Women's Fund of Hawaii for the invaluable work you continue to do throughout our communities to support women and promote empowerment and equality. I thank you. Have a good time, y'all.
Mahalo nui, Miss Winfrey, for that very special message and for your generous donation of $100,000, which, you guys, brings tonight's total to $253,000. Wait, I'm sorry, $253,599. Oh my gosh, you guys, $253,599, which means we have met the match. Thank you so much. And mahalo for supporting Women's Fund of Hawaii and the girls and women of Hawaii and everything you do to empower girls worldwide. Now, if you would like to support Women's Fund of Hawaii, please make your donation right here on this website by clicking the donate button, by texting WF Hawaii to 474747 and completing your gift when you get the link, or by calling 808-439-6388. This is your last chance to boost your dessert dash total before the very end of the program. So go get them, gang. Go get them, go. All for a great, amazing cause. My heart is so warm and full being here with all of you tonight. And with that, we've come to the end of Tea and Champagne 2021. Thank you once again to our two presenting sponsors, American Savings Bank and Oracle, and a big, warm mahalo to our wonderful Impact, Trailblazer, Changemaker sponsors, and Power Table host. Viewers, please support these philanthropic and visionary businesses and our community leaders. Thank you to each and every one of our donors, along with Women's Fund's wonderful board members, Tea and Champagne committee members, and tireless, I'm talking tireless volunteers. Mahalo to MW Restaurant for the delicious meals we've all enjoyed this evening, and to Elite for getting them where they needed to be. And thank all of you for joining us for Tea and Champagne. It has been such a special honor and privilege for me to be with you, and I hope to see you in the ballroom next year. Together, we are truly creating pathways to economic security, leadership opportunities, better health, education and safety for Hawaii's women and girls, which ultimately makes us a stronger community. I'm McKenna Mazzulli. Mahalo nui for joining us. I'll see you next time.
Hold on just a little bit longer. I know in time you'll feel a little stronger. Just a little bit laugh, just a little bit louder. Who cares if they think that there's something funny about you? And smile just a little bit brighter, and all of your troubles will seem a little lighter. Just a little bit. Do 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 do, just a little bit. Dream just a little bit bigger. If you can see it, hold on to that picture. Come on and dance just a little bit crazier, like no one's watching, 'cause I'm a lover and a dreamer. Just a little bit. Do 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 do, just a little bit. Just a little bit. And sing just a little bit sweeter. Close your eyes, it gets a little easier. Come on and breathe just a little bit deeper. Exhale the negative, you'll feel a little freer. Just a little bit. Do 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 do, just a little bit. And we can be just a little bit better, better than yesterday, and even better tomorrow. If we just love just a little bit more, be true to yourself and give from your heart just a little bit. Do 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 do, just a little bit. Just a little bit. You'll feel a little freer. Just a little